In addition to
Earlier this month, Governor Ducey previewed some of his priorities at a luncheon hosted by the Arizona Chamber of Commerce. At the same event, I moderated a panel discussion with legislative leaders of the House and Senate, whom I sat down with separately after the event to ask how they plan to approach the session, starting with Majority Leaders, House Speaker Rusty Bowers and Senate President Karen Fann. We began with what issues top their agendas.
If there was a priority, it'd be more a concept. Focus, think, and produce. That rather than to get into the peripheral challenges, focus on the principles, stay on policy, and produce good work.
Pretty much, and along that line, obviously our priorities is still at the top of our agenda is education, particularly the K through 12, and dealing with the higher ed infrastructure. But Speaker Bowers is correct. Our goal is we have one constitutional thing that we are supposed to accomplish, required to do, and that is the budget. So that is the #1 thing that we will concentrate on and hopefully get out in a decent time.
Anything that could stall budget negotiations?
Oh, there's 90 reasons to do it. I mean, we have any one member can get a burr in the saddle and try to do that. But I thought the president, and I'm grateful to my caucus that we kept a good rein in on last year, and there was a couple of exceptions at the end, but we're trying to avoid those, get it worked out ahead of time.
You just never know. We try so hard to try and keep the politics out of it, which is, one of the things we try and do is make some sort of a bipartisan effort here. That's why we were elected to come down here. We were elected to come down to do this business, not to play politics. So we're going to try real hard to keep that tamped down.
Sometimes the perception is that partisan politics gets in the way of actually producing action. Is that true?
If you're asking me, of course it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a partisan effort. It's partisan for a reason. We don't all walk in lockstep in our state. Everybody has different nuances of belief, and
we
they
have
want those represented.
And we have different constituents in our districts too. We represent different people.
And it's meant to be there. It's a citizen legislature. It's not a bunch of paid professionals in the sense of, I'm getting 6 figures to be a legislator. And maybe that'd be a good idea.
No.
Can you spearhead that legislation? You're writing the bill as we speak. What do you suppose is the headline out of this session?
Momentum. Keeping the momentum going. The state has an incredible momentum. We're blessed to have a good governor that focuses on that. He's no pushover, that's for sure, when it came to building up the rainy day fund. He was very insistent that he wanted a robust rainy day fund. And so we had to tailor and work with him. But it's a hard process, but momentum, keeping that going forward for our families, and especially our families in the state, that'd be great.
Arizona moving forward. But it is going to be difficult. We know that 2020 is going to be a very difficult political year because of what's going on the federal level, and then we have a Senate race, U.S. Senate race that is going to be determined. So all of that is going to play into Arizona. Arizona is one of the swing states that there will be a lot of outside money that's going to be pumped into Arizona to try and either hold on to seats or take away seats.
President Fann says she hopes the vitriol likely looming with this year's campaign season won't distract legislators from doing their jobs. But as state Democrats plan their pathway to victory, the possibility of becoming the minority party is hard for Republicans to ignore.
The progress that we've made, especially for children, for families, for financial capability, this is a great thing for our families, and I hope that we don't get swept away in a political spin factory that takes us away from those priorities. I don't want my family to have to live in a California like they have. No offense, but I don't want that to happen.
Okay, Speaker Bowers, President Fann, thank you.
Thank you.